Hi, and welcome to another episode of Pop Preview, where we're going to be talking about our expectations and previewing the Falcon and Winter Soldier show on Disney Plus. Looking forward to this one. Joining me and welcoming to the channel, Aisha. How are you, Aisha, in San Antonio?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me. I'm excited for this show. Let's go.
Yeah, from across the pond, Boggs. How's it going, Boggs?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. Very much anticipated as well. Looking forward to it. Yes, let's get into it. Can't wait.
All right, and then from Miami, Soul. How's it going, Soul?
Going good down here. I'm ready for the show. I always can pick more Marvel in my life. I'm a Marvel girl.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Well, we're getting a lot of Marvel this year. This is going to be the year of Marvel, including WandaVision. We're getting 10 Marvel properties this year, including Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was supposed to be the first Marvel show on Disney Plus because of COVID and the shooting schedule. It got pushed back, and WandaVision was first, which a lot of us enjoyed. Not Boggs, but we'll not talk about that. But Falcon and Winter Soldier obviously is going to be focusing primarily on Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, and Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, and kind of them dealing with Captain America, the mantle of Captain America, and what does that actually mean going forward in the MCU. So, Aisha, we'll start with you. What are your expectations and things that you think you'd like to see from this series going forward?
Well, definitely the back and forth between Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. I cannot wait. These two are hilarious, especially Anthony Mackie. Sometimes I like just watching his interviews because he's such an interesting person. Like he's so personable. He's hilarious. He seems like he would be so easy to talk to if you ran into him on the street. So I'm so excited just to see their banter and their back and forth and how they're going to deal with, the future of the Avengers without Cap, without Iron Man, and what's gonna, what they have in store. So I'm excited. I've been waiting for more MCU. I was getting thirsty, so I was waiting for more MCU juices to drink, and I got WandaVision now. I was like, okay, I'm good now. I'm gonna get a bunch of Soldier. Okay, not gonna be as parched anymore. So,
you're not gonna die. You're not gonna die of thirst now, bitch. What you're saying?
No, I'll be good.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Boggs, your thoughts on Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. They need to kind of build on the momentum of WandaVision now. It's kind of gone over with the fans really well. So like these are definitely fan favorite characters as well. Bucky and as you were saying, and Falcon as well. So because for me, I don't want to go over the whole WandaVision thing. I wasn't a big fan of it. For me, it was a bit underwhelming. I felt like some of it was like. It was like a lot of fake outs in it as well and things like that. So I want to go back to the kind of more natural storytelling elements of comic book properties, like what we've seen in the MCU previously, more traditional MCU stuff. So I'm just more invested in these characters, Bucky and Falcon, obviously the whole Captain America thing, surrounding it, as opposed to Wanda or Vision or some other, even to be honest, some of the streaming services that are coming up. This is the most anticipated one. So yes, definitely looking forward to it and see what the story is moving forward with the MCU.
Oh yeah, I think this was one of my most anticipated out of all the ones that got announced. Was this one only because I'm a big Captain America fan, huge fan. Soul, your thoughts?
I have to agree with Aisha there that Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie, like the two of them, their chemistry together, just the way that they are throughout the MCU so far of what we've seen. I can't wait to see more of that. We're also getting Daniel Bruhl back for, and so that's going to be cool to see him, see that character come back comic accurate as well. And then I think too, we're going to get a lot of just the fact that the U.S. government is not going to want a black Captain America. And so we're going to get things of that nature that is very poignant to today and what happened in 2020 and what is continuing to go forward with Black Lives Matter. And so I think this is a very important show to have in the MCU, and I think we're going to get those themes as well. And I just can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I just brought up a picture of Zemo, in his hood, in his classic hood, and then also they're bringing in a U.S. agent who's pretty much just going to be the government's pick to pick up the shield and move forward with the Captain America mantle, just kind of like how he did in the comics. So there's going to be that dynamic of like you said, Soul, about like of race, of like, can a black man be Captain America? And I'm fascinated to see exactly how that kind of conversation is going to go, especially coming off of 2020, which we were supposed to get to show last year. So, and they almost got close to finishing it before the pandemic, but they got shut down and then they had to pick up, and that's why it got pushed back. But so, expectations of you guys about the villain. So obviously we're gonna get Zemo back from Civil War. We're gonna have a U.S. agent. Do you guys predict any other surprises that we might see in terms of like either villains wise or just cameos? We already know that Don Cheadle's War Machine character, he's going to be in the show at some point. We also know that the critics have seen the first episode and it's gotten very, very good reviews. It's about 47 minutes. So they're obviously going to be a lot longer episodes than obviously WandaVision was. But what are your expectations? Let's just go back with the villains or any cameos. Boggs, any thoughts?
Not really, to be honest. So I know, obviously, the villains that you've already mentioned there. Yeah, they're already announced. So I'm just looking for a fun action adventure, back to kind of regular MCU storytelling, basically. So yeah, and hopefully they, like I said, they can build on the momentum, because obviously WandaVision has gone over really well. So I'm potentially a little bit concerned though, because maybe people like the kind of strange narrative and storytelling of WandaVision. I'm thinking, so like maybe WandaVision might be a bigger hit than this. I hope not, because I'm more invested in these characters, and as opposed to if it is just a straightforward MCU superhero action thing, will that be more popular than the other one? I don't know. But yeah, either way, it's I'm invested. The trailers look great, I thought, and expectations, I don't really have much, to be honest. So potentially a cameo from an old Cap, or some other characters coming in. Because now this is the from Endgame. Oh no, well, Far From Home technically. This is the next thing moving forward. With WandaVision, I didn't think they moved the story forward. It told her story, but in terms of the whole MCU and what's going on with that, it didn't really take too many steps forward, in my opinion. So I want to know that. I want to know what is the world like going forward. So I think they are going to touch on that in this story.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be more or less, I think, Bucky and Sam centric. I do think obviously we're going to get Agent 13 back from Winter Soldier as well. But you brought up old Cap. I'll throw it to Aisha in a sec. But do you think, Aisha, that we're going to get a cameo from old Cap, or are we going to see Cap's funeral? Because there is a shot of Sam Wilson with a casket, and we see the shield on it. Do we think that's Cap in there? Do we actually going to see Cap either them at his funeral, or we're actually going to get a cameo and then see him die? And any of the other expectations you might have.
Well, I learned my lesson about theorizing from WandaVision, right? So I'm trying to not
Mephisto! No,
put on my cap and delve into, the black hole with this one. I'm trying to stay a little bit, on the top. So, but as far as Cap, I do think that we're going to see him. I don't think that's him in the casket. I don't think they would do that to us in a series. I think if Cap's going to die, it's going to be in one of the movies. That just my opinion. As far as villains, Baron Zemo, we all know that the MCU has somewhat of a track record when it comes to their villains. Yeah, Thanos was great and menacing. Killmonger was wonderful. I thought Hela was great. I don't think that they used her the way they should have. But Zemo is one of my top as far as MCU villains. So I'm glad that we're wrapping up his story, because we kind of left off, and his motivation is you kind of sympathize with them a little bit. So I want to see how that goes. Maybe they might throw in an extra villain, maybe Ultron. I mean, I don't know. They could really they could go so many places with this show. But I do think it's going to be more service level. I think WandaVision was the kooky, weird, out there, horror-esque thriller. And I think just Falcon and Winter Soldier is just going to be good fun MCU that we've been used to for the past, however many years. And I don't think it's going to be too out there as far as the villains.
I hear you, but I also hope that Baron Zemo, like, he was so good in the first one, and I think they're just expanding upon him in this. And I'm personally hoping, and so I'll throw it to you, that they don't kill him off, that he's setting up more maybe like a team of his own, where like in the comics he had his own team, like the Thunderbolts and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that this show kind of puts him on the path of setting up his own team that eventually might go up against the Avengers. So if we get some seeds of that, so would you like something like that, or would you like it more or less to be like he gets his comeuppance in this or what have you? But just your thoughts about the villains or any appearances that we might see in the show.
As people are bumping their music outside as they drive by, apologize for that. 100% what you're saying, Sean, is he needs to keep going forward. We can't kill him off. We need the Thunderbolts. We might see a Thunderbolt Ross, Red Hulk, maybe. Who knows? But I'm just going to remind everyone, like Force Center says all the time, and I know that's the Star Wars podcast, speculate responsibly.
Right.
We can have speculations. We can be like, oh, it'd be cool to see this person or that person. But for Marvel and for Star Wars and other things, I'm always along for the ride. I just want to see what they give me. And if they don't give me what I like predict or stuff, I'm still happy with it. Like, I don't want to be like, you must do this, otherwise I'm not going to like it, kind of thing. So I try to go into these with less with speculations on what's going to happen and more with just give me all the Marvel. Like Aisha, I'll quench my thirst there. And then now my dog's barking. So now you're getting all the sound over here. I apologize.
Your dog is like, Mephisto never happened. No, I'm just kidding. I was fine being on that Mephisto train, but I agree with you. I think in this show is just more or less like I'm just going to sit back and enjoy this. Like what Bog said, this is going to be more of a straightforward MCU ride where I don't think there's going to be a lot of mystery and like wondering what's going on. I think it's going to be told pretty much straightforward. There might be some cliffhangers at the end of each episode to like get you excited for the next one. But we're getting 6 of them. They're going to be a lot longer than... They're going to be like around the 50-minute mark each. That's what the predictions are. The first one was, like I said, 47 minutes. It's getting great reviews so far. So we will review it every Sunday. And then we'll just do a recap one once all the episodes are out. Kind of where does the MCU go forward after Falcon and Winter Soldier. Obviously, the next show was going to be Loki, which is already coming out on June 11th. We already saw the trailer for that, which looks amazing. So I'm looking forward to this show because I think the amount of money Disney is spending on this show and the amount of money they spent on WandaVision, it's going to look like an MCU movie. Like I'm wishing the theaters were open because like if it were up to me, I wouldn't mind like them showing WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier in the theaters. Just let me sit there and just watch it.
That would be great.
I mean, they did that with Inhumans, which no longer is canon, but they did it with Inhumans.
Bring that
up. Don't bring it. I was there, and I was just like, what did I just envision? So not Inhumans vibe, yes, but I at some point I do wish that they do that because I would go watch WandaVision in the theaters. I will go probably watch Falcon and Winter Soldier in the theater. Maybe if you could like break it up into like a marathon, but just have a break in between the 6 episodes. Sign me up. So looking forward to the show. Before we wrap it up, any like I predict that they might do this, or everybody's just looking forward to anything. Any like I really think they might do this in the show. Any crazy predictions anybody wants to throw out?
Not really. I just because where with WandaVision, obviously it has got almost universal praise on it. not for me. So I am on the kind of minority there, where just with the whole like Evan Peters thing, and it was like a no multiverse has been broken, no X-Men, no mutants. Like, why do they use him? I just found it a bit of a fake out, and the whole story was revolved around that. And I just don't want that same kind of thing to happen. So I'm not going to set these crazy expectations like, oh my god, these things are going to happen. Is this going to be prepared? I'm going to sit down and enjoy it, because I didn't make these predictions with WandaVision, but I felt like they were being forced upon me from just online, social media, that kind of thing, and I bought into it. So they set my expectations. So now with this, I'm not going in with any. I'm just going in with the movies, with the movie knowledge, and I'm just going to enjoy the story and hopefully, see some good things. So especially with WandaVision, because it was like, if you think about it, Sean, like you said, the theaters, watching it in the theaters, it's 8 episodes of 40-minute episodes. That's like 4 hours, 5 hours, where we're expecting these things to happen. That's a long time to go. And for these things not to happen. So I don't want the same thing to happen again. So for me, no expectations, just the honest love of the MCU, and whatever happens, basically.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I don't know if I don't have any predictions either, because this show can literally just go wherever it wants and leave wherever it's gonna leave us. So I until we see the first episode, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy it, which we don't have to wait that long until it. So I'm super excited. So again, this is just kind of our preview of Falcon and Winter Soldier. We will be reviewing every single episode going forward. Looking forward to it. And obviously, we're going to be doing. We just did a Coming to America 2 spoiler review, so you can check that on the channel. We will also be reviewing the Justice League Snyder Cut, which is 4 hours. I don't know where I'm going to find 4 hours to watch this thing, but I will find 4 hours to watch it. We will definitely do a review on that going forward. And what does that mean going forward for DC, or does it not mean anything? Who knows? But looking forward to watching that and all the other good things that we're going to be doing on the channel going forward. So you can look forward to that. But until next time, we'll bring this video to a close. But what are you guys' thoughts on Falcon and Winter Soldier? Are you looking forward to it? Any predictions that you might have about who's going to show up? Is Cap going to die? Is he going to show up? What's Zemo going to do? What's going to end up happening with USA Agent? What's going to happen with all those things? But Ross going to show up? All these things are all possibilities, so I'm looking forward to what you guys might think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll always read them and respond to them. Also, like and share this video with everybody so that we can get more visibility on the channel. We're going to start ramping things up more on the channel with more reviews and more topical things, so you can look forward to those things as well with this lovely panel. So until next time, I'm Sean, Soul, Aisha, Boggs. Take care, everybody. See you next time.